There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate, ever.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something. So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renis Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength. It's that it's sentient, too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up. Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
What do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day,
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
We finally made it.
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but you sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
may the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew!
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Hey, Shion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shion, but that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, Cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, while I've got you, what's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe meat?
Get him, Hootle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hootle!
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell?
This might go well in that new recipe.
Can't wait to see what you make.
You're the one making it.
Hey, Alphen, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy!
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the... An ambush?
Sorry. Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zoogle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogle or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard! I never thought about this until now, Alphen. But doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah, it can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zoogles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zoogles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zoogles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zoogles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zoogles aren't so different after all. You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
Wow! Thank you. What? Great!
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish I could get an examination.
Well, if you say so. Let me see, yes, you're Rinwell, all right?
If only your brain could keep up with your mouth.
Yes! Right. Very nice. Yes! Right!
Just a minute.
Great! What? Yes! Great!
Hey.
No way!
Oh? Hey.
Sorry. How? Amazing! Yes! Hey. What? Very nice.
Alpin! Shion's stuffing bread with mabo curry!
Now I can eat this every day.
Jeez, Shion, you're hooked on that stuff. I wonder if something happened.
Right!
Saxleo Temple. Isn't that where Shion was being held?
Shh! Wasn't it beautiful? I can't wait for this!
Oh. Just great. Cheers!
Cheers!
What?
Nice try, you two. Better luck next time.
Never. Why?
Wait. Something's wrong.
I couldn't catch it. I'll always be alone. How could I? Oh, please. I'm so lonely.
Oh no. This is just like what happened before. Alpin!
I'm alone. I'm all alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it? There aren't any thorns this time. Look, I've got it!
Alpin?
Shion, you're not alone. You've got all of us. And it wasn't just one bouquet either. There's also this one from me. So please, don't give up. We'll fight this together. Shion!
dummy! That's not what I was upset about. How many times do I need to tell you not to blindly rush into things? That said, it does make me feel better. Even if your bouquet is just a weapon named after one.
I'm just glad I could help. And I made another one to go with it, so it wouldn't be lonely either.
You never cease to amaze me, Alphen. Seriously.
Feeling better now, Xion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that.
Don't worry. It's not like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it? I think Hodel senses something.
There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
We've reached our destination.
I never realized before just how hot this place is. It's like being inside a fire.
You're only just noticing? Ah, yes, forgive me. The whole lack of sensory feedback situation.
That's the one. It's hard to believe I once worked in this soup, let alone helped spearhead a revolution.
And all with the mask concealing your face. It must have been very grimy beneath that.
Back then, we had our plates full enough dealing with constant abuse from our Renan overlords. It never occurred to me the air itself was oppressive in its own way. My head's spinning just with the effort it takes to walk.
I think that's called heat stroke. You might want to take a sip of water.
You mean that water that's been festering under the sun for days? I wouldn't chance it without boiling it first.
Oh, I know! I'll go to the dock and fetch us some clean water.
Water alone won't suffice. He'll need to ensure his sodium levels are replenished as well.
In that case, let's see if we can rustle up some rock salt. Alphen, you go cool off in the shade for a while. Xion, stay and keep an eye on him.
And then there were two.
Bit of an overreaction, but it's still kind of them.
Maybe it's not the time, but this place brings back memories.
I know what you mean. We're back where it all started.
You don't ever regret meeting me sometimes, do you?
Are you kidding? You started all of this. Bringing down the wall, retrieving my sense of self. I have no regrets.
Welcome back, Law.
Hey.
Yes.
Just great.
How's this?
Got it.
Hey! Yay!
All right.
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Ow!
Hey. Hey! Yes! Right.
Sure.
I don't believe this! Ah! Okay! Great! Good. Nice work. Ah!
But this is...
Wow. This is... Yes!
Oh!
Amazing! Nice work. Very nice. Thanks. Yes!
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Ho! Ho!
There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
We've reached our destination.
Hey,
Yes. Oh.
Yay! What? Yeah!
Yes.
Yeah!
I see you've got your relics all lined up again. What are you doing? Huh? They're so bright now.
Oh, it's you two. I was merely tending to my collection.
Don't you think you've polished them enough by now?
You take better care of your relics than you do yourself.
I try to take good care of them. However, no matter how much work I put in, they refuse to respond.
I thought you could hear their voices somehow.
I can, but that's all I can do with them. I can't actually engage in conversation with them. Not yet.
What are they saying? Did they really want you to polish them that much?
You're right. I was so enraptured with them, I may have selfishly failed to consider their own wishes. I must open my mind and sincerely engage with them in earnest.
He never gets tired of his relics, does he?
Nope. It is interesting to look at them when they're all lined up together like this, though. Like how these two have similar designs. It makes me wonder if they were made in the same period.
An excellent observation. Yes, I too suspect they're somehow intimately related as well.
I don't see what you two are talking about at all.
What's this? Why, that smear wasn't there previously. Could it be responding to my voice at long last? It's rather viscous and has a distinct aroma to it.
Ugh, Hoodle! These relics are no place for you to do your business! Whew! I'm serious! These are priceless pieces of history!
Come on, Dohalim. Let's go wash your hands before you catch anything weird.
We avoided getting roasted in that ring, but what we could really use is something to cap this off.
sure. Got any ideas on what would be good?
Mabo curry. Fried bread stuffed with curry.
You'd probably buy out the whole stock.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Huh? I think someone's calling out for us.
They could have something they need from us. Yeah! Hey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah! Just great.
I guess... Thanks.
Huh?
Well... All right.
Huh? Uh-huh.
All right.
I guess.
Whew.
Got it.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Whoo! Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Why are you staring at me?
I could ask the same thing.
So this is how the Sovereign and Maiden are supposed to look. You two go great together.
Law, come stand between us.
Oh, sure. You want me to put something white on as well?
Of course she doesn't.
Take a closer look, Xion. It's a miracle.
What are you talking about?
This outfit, it's already got blue accents on it.
So I see.
I love how much amazing food we get to eat even when we're out on the road.
Me too, especially compared to what I used to have when I was still a slave. This is paradise.
It's amazing what good food can do to keep your hopes up. Nagal used to say all the time that the power of food is subtle, yet profound.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? For whatever reason, I find I don't worry nearly as much when I've got a full stomach helping me out.
That's why you shouldn't be such a picky eater.
Huh?
She's right. You always leave food that you don't like on your plate when you're done.
Come on, what's the big deal?
Back in the day, I couldn't think about leaving any food. It was such a waste not to eat at all. You needed every last scrap of energy.
Exactly. Even when my brother and I didn't have much to eat, we all did what we could to make it taste good and enjoy what we had.
That definitely explains a lot about why you cook the way you do, Kisara.
Dohalim, I bet you don't know what any of that's like. You must be used to food being handed to you on a silver platter.
Sometimes it was gold.
You didn't shy away from that at all.
Although, there was one experience that does come to mind.
Oh?
When I first learned that the food I ate originally came from animals and fish, I was rather taken aback.
You just ate whatever was in front of you without even thinking about it?
That's a silver-spooned elite for you.
Your cooking has really improved, Xion.
It's because of you that I understand what makes it so fun. I'm glad everyone seems to enjoy what I make too.
I've noticed a disturbing trend that after it's your turn to cook, our ingredients tend to run really low. What's up with that?
That is a good point, Law. There's a weird difference between the amount of ingredients she prepares and how much food actually gets served. Curious. Very curious indeed.
I don't know. Isn't it pretty normal for veggies to shrink a little when you fry them up?
Or maybe she eats all the bad batches herself so we won't notice.
Come on, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Then how would you explain the difference?
Ahem. I have a theory that I wish to propose.
What is it?
As we all know, Xion here can have quite the appetite. I imagine she often taste tests her own food as she prepares it. By my eye, it would appear that her footprints are leaving deeper impressions as of late. Far be it from me to level such an accusation, but the facts lead me to conclude that...
She's been snacking while she cooks.
And yet, she still looks so slender in her clothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious actually.
Wait a sec, are you guys trying to say she's...
I'm what?
Nothing?
Nothing. Xion, about that fight just now.
Sorry about that. I was careless.
I didn't come to criticize you. Just please take better care of yourself.
You don't need to worry about me. In case you forgot, I can't exactly die anyway. It's like how you used to not care about getting beat up because you couldn't feel pain, and then I was the one to patch you up. It's the same thing.
You're right, That is how I used to be. But this isn't the same.
Then what do you mean? How is what's happening now different from what happened then?
It's different now.
Look, if you mean because you can feel pain again,
It's because I don't want to see you getting hurt. You're right. When I couldn't feel any pain, I put myself in all sorts of dangerous situations. I didn't listen to anybody's warnings, and I made a lot of people worried for no good reason. I was foolish. This isn't about you and me being able to take pain. I don't want to have to see you get hurt, Shion. It's too much for me to take. Is that a crazy thing to say?
No, it isn't. And I definitely don't like seeing you get hurt either, Alphen. We can't expect our enemies to show us any mercy, but I will do my best not to throw myself in harm's way out there either. How does that sound?
I'm sorry if I sounded harsh earlier. I didn't mean to. I just really want you to take better care of yourself.
I will. At least, for as long as I can.
Good. This came out just the way I hoped. So, Halim, care if I hang out for a while? Another fine day for journeying, huh?
Tell me, do you ever find yourself tiring of the vagabond existence?
It's better than being enslaved, that's for sure. I get to pick my own destination, for starters. You don't get those luxuries as a slave.
Shackle a man's feet, and you put a clamp on his heart as well.
Then there was the food. Gross slop that left you in a permanent state of hunger. Ugh, you wouldn't believe the things I ate to keep from starving. What about you? This must all sound pretty alien to someone who used to be a lord.
Is that a hint of interest in my past I detect?
I guess that's one way to put it.
Well, certainly starvation was never a concern I had to contend with. The day-to-day grind was largely taken care of for me. I even had help getting in and out of clothes. All that was required of me was standing still while looking solemn.
That's quite the downgrade you've made. It's a wonder you don't sound more bitter.
This might surprise you, but I actually don't find our current situation all that disagreeable. My own hardships paled in comparison to yours, granted. But life as a lord came laden with its own restrictions. Forgive me. Such complaints must sound like feeble extravagances to a Danon.
True, Renan opulence doesn't feature high on my sympathy list. Then again, yours isn't exactly a normal case.
I suppose it's not. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder how much easier life would have been without the trappings of nobility.
You really mean that?
Pay me no heed. Naught but the ramblings of a privileged eccentric. Whatever my past, it has led to my being here. That is all the reality I need concern myself with. Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Once we finish eating, we should get going.
Huh? Something smells nice.
It's probably the accessory I picked up earlier. It uses materials that put off a pleasing aroma.
Ooh, that sounds lovely. I'm jealous.
Want to try it on? I'm sure it'll look great on you.
Really? I'd love to.
Hey, Alphen, why do you like spicy food so much anyway?
You know, I haven't thought about that before. Maybe because when I couldn't feel pain, it gave me that kick I was craving.
But now that you can feel pain again, wouldn't your tastes have changed?
Did you like spicy food when you were younger?
Not as much as I do now. At some point, it just became something almost like an addiction, I guess.
I can most certainly relate. Once you've had your fill of ordinary food, you cannot help but seek out more unusual fare.
I don't think that's got anything to do with Alphen's tastes. Although I won't deny that you definitely have a thing for exotic food. The stranger the better.
I just wish I could have gotten you into sweets like me, Alphen.
I like food that's dense and keeps you feeling full myself. It helps you last longer when you're on the move.
We all know you're a quantity over quality kind of...
What was that?
Nothing. I lost my train of thought.
You know, I've also noticed Shion's not really into the same kind of food most Renans are. Could be it's got something to do with the way she grew up.
That's so me. Even when I was little, I was all about food that gives me strength. All meat, all the time.
And I guess Kisara is so good at cooking fish because she can catch them herself.
I'm only good with fish because it used to be the easiest thing to get. When you work with something long enough, it comes naturally to you.
I like fish just fine. But what I really like about your cooking is how it tastes homemade. It reminds me of what my mom used to make.
Really? You know, I used to cook a lot of meals for younger kids, and they said the same thing.
When you get down to it, I guess the things a person cooks and the foods they like say a lot about the way they've lived.
What? Hey guys, I don't see any of our food anywhere.
What?
I know! The bag we kept it all in has vanished! Some Zoogles must have gotten in behind us and swiped the whole thing while we were fighting.
What?
Huh? What are you guys talking about?
This affects you too, you know! We lost all our food, including all those sweets you love so frickin' much!
What? How could this happen? Those sweets are the highlight of my day! Oh, so hungry.
Hunger is like that. The moment you know there's nothing you can do about it, it becomes that much more unbearable.
Whoever did this, I swear I'm gonna make them pay for stealing our supplies.
All that's left now is this one lonesome apple.
Law?
What? Hey, don't look at me like that. I picked this apple myself. I'm not just gonna...
Food.
Hand it over.
Stay away! Ah!
Hey, I'm back. Huh? What the heck happened here?
Only a poignant reminder of how dangerous a food shortage can be in a collective. A serious problem indeed. And one we should all be mindful of.
I see. Does it have anything to do with why you're holding our food supply bag behind your back?
Ah!
I'll see you again tomorrow. All right, guys. Ready to go? I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle in that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogl's gone, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogl like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogl, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
That's a big Zoogle.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can take it.
I have a bad... feeling about this.
Okay, try harder! My turn!
Is it high?
Bring you down.
Just back down again. Go for the weak point.
I owe you one. Turbo Demon Fang!
No armor in a bind.
Leave the enemy's arms free.
Stay on your good side.
No complaints here.
Here goes.
Double Demon Fang!
Finish without a trace. Divine dance in the wind.
Ready and ready. Calamity.
Explosion.
Dragon Swarm!
Burning. A whirling struggle. Here's evil.
Dragon Swarm!
Force. Here, let me help.
Try harder! Not a chance!
You must
I'm not done!
dance in the wind. It looks like you got this one covered.
Double Demon Fang!
Here's evil. Forward up. Freeze Lancer. Don't mind if I do.
Down on the ground! Dragon Swarm!
Now or never. Tornado drive.
Explosive Ring!
Now you see what I can do. You. In a bind.
Dragon Swarm! Burn in hell!
Resonate with the earth.
Dragon Swarm!
I never miss.
Dragon Swarm!
Shattering the pieces. Attack time.
Double Demon Fang!
I'll smash you.
A chain between heaven and earth. Don't mind if I do. Healing circle.
Double
Far
Demon
beyond the
Fang.
darkest sky. I pull here.
Thanks! Double Demon Fang!
Here's the evil.
On the ground!
Shooting reflex. I can do this
Double
all
Demon
day.
Fang!
Here's the healing arc.
Negative
Air
six.
flame. A chain between heaven and earth. Here's the whirling
Bloody
lightning.
take this.
Freeze in the air.
Double Demon Fang!
Lightning. Downfall.
Try harder! My turn!
Back into the fray.
No escape!
Annihilation. Seal.
Anything in armor is all mine. Rending you
Double
apart.
Demon!
Now you see what I can do.
Freeze Lancer. One more
Bloody
time. Air strike. A whirling struggle. Burning. There you go. Don't let up. Don't mind if I do.
And I'm done.
Split.
Hitting pile driver.
Dragon Swarm!
Strike.
Eagle
Mighty
ray.
burn. More with that can't stop.
Fire ahead.
You picked the wrong fight! You'll pay for
Let
that!
me help. Burn.
Dragon Swarm!
Heaven and earth.
That'll bring you down.
Of lightning.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Leave the charges to me.
Double Demon Fang!
Ready and ready.
Security.
Now you see what I can do.
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon
Outstanding
Fang!
form. Whirling struggle.
Can't get out of this.
Winds of heaven. First
Dragon
blood.
Swarm!
By the power of flame.
This one's all mine!
Trace.
Dragon Swarm!
Dance in the wind. Air rush.
Fluidity of your movement.
Dragon Swarm! Try this! Explosive Ring! You picked the wrong fight! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
Shattering the pieces. Attack time.
Freeze Lancer.
Dragon Swarm!
They smite with black and
A
gray.
whirling struggle.
Double Demon Fang!
Winds of heaven. First form.
Double Demon Fang!
Sealed.
Nothing gets by me. Denied.
Take this!
Reflect
This
what
one's
I
mine.
say. They smite with black and gray.
Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang!
Can't
Flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Not on my watch! By the power of flame!
Dragon Force!
Catapult!
Try this! Explosive ring! Burn it out!
Amazing.
Dragon Force!
Now you see what I can do!
Celestial Hammer!
Down on the ground!
Razor Cyclone!
Hitting pile driver!
Puddle! Here's a healing arc!
Stay away from my friend!
I'll bring you back from
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
lightning!
No rest for the wicked.
Flame of fury burning!
Double Demon Fang!
Nothing gets by me!
Dragon!
Execution! Resonate with the earth!
Healing circle!
Stalagmite!
Divine
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Strike!
No further!
Dragon!
Take
Stand
this!
between heaven and earth! Water! Here!
Burn!
Resonate with the earth!
Spread!
Stalagmite!
If it's in the
Dragon
sky, it's
form!
in mine!
I'll smash you! Ripping you apart!
I never miss!
Bloody howling! Negative
Dragon Form!
rending you apart!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Bloody howling!
Double Demon Fang!
In here, here's a healing arc!
Dragon
ready!
Form!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
The flames will roar!
Double Demon
Blood
Fang!
in your dreams!
Rotating pile driver!
Between heaven and earth!
Double Demon Fang!
The enemy is going all out! Magna Ray!
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
Demon Fang!
Take this!
Burning force! Seal! I'll be here!
Try harder!
Far enough!
First aid!
On your
Try harder! My turn!
Now you see what I can do!
Dragon Form!
A whirling struggle! I never miss! Of heaven! First force!
Resonate with you!
Not today!
Stalagmite! On your
Dragon
Healing
Form!
circle! Glacial Spear! I owe you, Theon. Healing is what my arts do best. All my dudes cause havoc and destruction.
in a bind!
Seal!
Double Demon Fang!
Maybe granite without a
Double
trace!
Demon Fang!
Smite with blackened
Here
blade!
goes! Not on my watch! The flames will roar!
On your
Raging I can handle it! Spread!
Far enough!
I won't give up!
Couldn't make it in time.
Dance in the wind!
Double Demon Fang!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
What was I thinking? Arcane waterfall!
Here I go!
With the earth!
Try harder! My turn! Here I come!
Bloody howling! Stalagmite! On your knees!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Now you see what I can do!
In here!
Dragon Form!
Let's get you all tucked away! Lightning condemned!
Explosive ring!
Power of flame!
It's wide open!
It won't escape me!
Form! Explosive ring! Not today!
Down on the ground!
Divinity of
Take
lightning!
this!
Dragon Form!
Ready to go!
Elusive
Try harder! Now!
Divinity of lightning! Hold on to your heart! Here I come!
I'll smash you! Down on the ground!
Double Demon Fang!
Where are you going?
This one's all mine!
The flames
Double
will roar!
Demon
That's
Fang!
a bit. Sleep now! Resuscitation! Hit! There is that flame! Hammond! Flame of fury! I want to
Demon
hear that
Fang!
call! Winds of heaven! First form! Burning strike!
Try harder! My turn!
In here! This is a chain between heaven and earth!
Double Demon Fang!
A whale of divinity of lightning! Glacial
Try
river.
harder!
Here's evil.
I'm not done! I won't lose. Not now, not ever.
Prepare to be curious! Take this! Leave the charge that move! Far enough!
Here comes the big one! Try harder! Not a chance!
Between heaven and earth. Don't mind if I do. That'll bring you down.
Eat them!
Annihilation!
Dragon Swarm!
Downfall! Feel!
Resonate with
Lunar
you.
corruption!
Take this! Bloody howling! I'll smash you! No further!
Lightning condensed! Thunderbolt!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Ready to go! Demon Blast! Far enough! Eagle Ray!
Double Demon Fang!
Came between heaven and earth.
Demon Blast!
A wailing champion!
Double Demon Fang! Piss off!
You must handle! Dance in the wind!
You up!
Eat them!
A whirling primed and ready!
Dragon Swarm!
First force! Here, let me help. In here! First aid!
Shattering up! Pieces! Attack time!
Double
Don't
Demon
mind if I do! I'm almost impressed.
Hot rays coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get
Watch
carried away.
yourself. An incredible power.
By the power of flame! Spread without a change between heaven and earth! A wailing champion of lightning! Our savior!
Not a chance!
Burning Pierce evil!
Nothing gets by me!
Came between heaven and earth! Hear my call!
Try harder! My turn!
Beauty of
The
lightning!
flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Pierce evil! A whirling struggle!
Denied!
Winds of heaven! First
Ignite! Dragon Swarm! Okay, here I go! Double Demon Fang!
Down on the ground!
Lightning condensed!
My turn!
Thunderblade! Illuminate the dark! Hailing orb!
No
Holy
further.
Glimmer! Holy land! I'm ready!
Now you see what I can do!
That'll bring you down!
Okay, here I
Not in
go!
your dream!
No dawn shall break
Another
me.
beyond the dark flame of
Try
fire!
harder! My turn!
Burning!
Not today!
Water! Hear my call! Spread!
Dragon Swarm!
Can you take it?
Burning! Strike! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Flash!
Down on the ground!
The enemy is going all out!
Double Demon Fang!
Hear me!
Leave the charge to me!
Water! Hear my call! Came between heaven and earth!
Try harder!
A
My
wailing
turn!
beauty of lightning!
I have no limits!
Far enough! Shattering up to pieces! Attack time!
Air thrust! A whirling struggle!
Try harder!
Winds of heaven!
you!
First force!
The
Annihilation!
flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Air strike!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Double Demon
Can't
Fang!
get out of this!
Got it! Now's our
Dragon
chance!
Swarm!
I'll
Try
save
this!
you!
Explosive Ring!
Lunar corruption!
Burn!
Meteor!
Demon Eye!
Let the
No
mark
dawn
of the
shall
hand
break
break heaven and earth!
You're finished!
Eagle Ray!
Shattering up pieces!
Attack time!
Forgive me. Double Demon Fang!
Confiscated! What would I do without thanks for the healing? Watch yourself,
Now
okay?
you see what I
Yeah,
can do!
you too.
Double Demon!
Illuminate the dark!
Double Demon Fang!
Holy glimmer! Holy
Here I go!
land!
Demon Blast!
Lightning!
Ready to go! Far enough! Go! Go!
Watch yourself.
Annihilate!
Sense incredible power.
By the lightning condensed! Thunderblade! Illuminate the dark!
Try harder! It's on! I'm not done!
By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace!
Try harder! Not a chance! Dragon Swarm! Burn!
Take this!
Raging cascade! Now! Do it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Huh? What's a letter doing in a place like this?
Hell if I know. I highly doubt that Zoogle was trying to guard it. Still, somebody must have left it for some... Law.
Huh? What's up?
something up?
It's from my old man. My dear son, I wonder how things will be between us by the time you read this.
In any case, I first want to congratulate you on all that you've accomplished. Making it this far requires a strong body, fine technique, an unwavering spirit, and most of all, friends that you can count on. If you have all of that, then I, as your father, have nothing to worry about. Those things together will always keep you on the right path. That brings me to what I really wish to discuss with you. As with all of us, there will someday come a time when you'll be a grown man who can and must think and act for himself. Whether you'll live in a world where blood will no longer be spilled between Danins and Renins, or when that day arrives, nobody can say. But even if peace still eludes us then, you'll have to decide how to live in this world. Listen to others with an open heart, but don't be swept away by their words. Always live on your terms. One more thing. If I ever see you again, I hope to say this to you in person, but neither of us knows what tomorrow may bring. Know this. Whatever you think of me, and what I've done, your mother and I love you very, very much.
And there's nothing in this whole world that will ever change that. Your father, Zephyr.
Zephyr.
I can't believe he's only telling me all this after he's gone. What am I supposed to do with this?
Zephyr once told me that living freely meant being your own master. I think he wanted to make sure you know how he felt one way or another. What you do with that knowledge is up to you.
But that still doesn't explain why his father left that letter for him here, of all places.
Don't forget, we were led to this place. We may well get some answers if we go back to the source of all this.
Hey, new equipment!
Hoo-hoo-hoo! Hoo-hoo-hoo!
That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
We finally made it.
Hey.
Hey.
I guess... No way. Damn. Whew. All right.
This is...
Thanks.
You okay, Law? You seem kind of quiet.
I'm fine. Just feels a little weird returning home now that my dad's not here, I guess. Oh man, sorry. I didn't mean to bum you out too.
So I guess that means you'll be visiting your dad's grave while you're here. Right, Law?
His grave? What are you, nuts? There is no grave. The Rena would only destroy it the moment they found it.
Back before Calaglia was liberated, dead slaves would be dumped in mass burial sites. Either that or thrown on top of a bonfire. We got used to cremating our own to deny them the pleasure. Then we'd sprinkle the ashes from high up as a way of returning them to the motherland.
It's all we could do. That's the ceremony we had when my mom died, too.
But that was back then, right? Calaglia is liberated now. There's nothing to stop you from raising a true grave anymore.
I suppose you've got a point. Once you've been doing something for generations, though, it sort of begins to take root. It's a tradition of its own now.
My dad wouldn't want that anyway. Cheap and simple, he'd say. Besides, I can't treat him differently than my mom. They might not end up meeting on the other side.
I hadn't thought of it like that. Wow, imagine. The two of them reunited, back home where they belong. They're probably watching over us right now, at one with great Dana. There's something almost poetic about it.
That's why I can't afford to screw up. If I know my pops, something as paltry as death won't stop him from coming to box my ears. Still, better than being left alone, I guess. Better than never knowing. You hear that, Dad? I'll make you proud. You'll see.